Greetings, my name is Sharifa Baksh, and I'm currently pursuing a master's in logistics and supply chain management. I chose to do a research titled The Impact of a Smart Logistics System in a Healthcare Environment. I'll try to be as quick as possible because 5 minutes is not a lot of time, so please bear with me. The impact of a smart logistics system. Why I said smart, that's because I was thinking more digitalized, technological kind of system, and I wanted to focus more so on the healthcare environment, given that I'm a pharmacist and I feel passionate about this project. I might not have done a great job with presenting how I feel about it, but I've done my best given my time constraints, etc. So very quickly, the objectives of this study, I had just two because I wanted my objectives to be attainable in my eyes. And so those were to identify and understand the current healthcare environment and assess a few areas for implementing an upgraded logistics system. Something I think I blew because I think the entire system in terms of the public system needs to be upgraded, and for the private setting, from what I've personally experienced, they need better software. My other objective was to determine, using similar published studies, the feasibility of adapting a more technologically integrated logistics framework for better healthcare outcomes. Why this objective? This is because if it's done somewhere else in another country under different conditions, it means that Guyana, which is a very fast growing economy, can also adapt. Nothing happens overnight, but you have to start somewhere, and identifying is where the main issue is. So, how I chose to do the methodology, I wanted to do a pilot study basically because I wanted to use this as a framework of what other studies can be founded on. And so I chose to do a lot of research based on different countries, also do a questionnaire. Eventually, that was a late decision. Do a questionnaire. My response was not great, but I got it done. What I basically found with this research This research basically let me know that my perspectives was not far from the truth. I had more males answering my questionnaire, and a lot of my respondents were 30 to 39 years. So everybody basically had a bit of experience. Mostly Indo-Guyanese answered the questionnaire, and everybody had been employed. Um, There were biometric systems available at most departments. However, 66.7% said that it was recognized, 16.7% that still requires a physical signature, and that physical signature and being recognized by HR was happening, which is a bit touchy. You want a fully recognized system that's working everywhere. Adequately staffed? Mostly no. And everybody is saying that they wanted more staff because you want to develop the work, um, how efficient you are at your job. Basically, if you have more staff, you can look after more people at the set time. The average wait time was found to be 57.1% in majority. Reason being that there are different systems, and so just following the line, that's what's going to happen. There were not adequate computers for work. Some places did not have any type of computers, and mostly what was found was that employees were very unethical. There was no system in place to say, okay, you can sign in and these are your duties, and you can say you're doing these duties. There was nothing like that. So everything is manual, everything is by mouth for most things. And so if you're receiving a verbal order, then a lot of things others weren't seeing get done. And so staff experience an amount of pressure and all these things. there were incidents of stock out of medications, and it's all because of poor forecasting, not using whatever technology is available to us, never mind how small or how little it may be. So basically, all my respondents wanted a more digitalized system, and they wanted to see a technologically advanced system. So we can have medical health records on one single application that's partially accessible, not partially accessible, accessible to all, but within your department you have your specific information, and everybody believes that we need an electronic prescription system everywhere, and that a strict monitoring system can prevent lackadaisical behaviors, which sometimes causes a lot of the delays that you would see. Sometimes out of stock and all those types of challenges are because of lackadaisical behaviors, because there's nothing in place to say that anyone should put a caring foot forward. Thank you for allowing me this space, and I hope this would have answered um, everything in terms of what questions may arise when you listen to my portfolio. Thank you.